Hey everybody, this is our first new video in our series about Chinese food, Chinese restaurants, the best restaurants in Shanghai. We're not in Shanghai. The best restaurants in Atlanta, and also healthy eating with Chinese food, and even some talk about being a diabetic and eating Chinese food. And we're in Atlanta now, like I said, on our way to one of a couple areas in Atlanta where there's a lot of Chinese restaurants. And for those of you who don't live in Atlanta, there are places like this in a lot of cities. I'm from California, and there's several different areas like this I can think of in California. So, you know, if you want to relate this to where you are, basically, we're talking about good Chinese food and how to order Chinese food, and an introduction to the different kinds. And by that I mean most American people think of Chinese food as, you know, Kung Pao chicken, General Tso's chicken, that kind of stuff, maybe beef chow fun, something like that, and haven't had a lot of introduction to real authentic Chinese food. And there's a lot out there. A lot of people don't know about it, and it's really good, and a lot of it is pretty healthy too. There's a lot of vegetables, and you know, I think most American people think about vegetables, they aren't too excited. But I've had a lot of very good tasting vegetables that are Chinese food, along with a lot of other stuff like you know, pork and shrimp and duck and fish, just a lot of different stuff. So anyway, we're on our way to what is a Chinese grocery store, and we like going here. I wouldn't say it's our favorite restaurant, our favorite Chinese restaurant, but we go there at least once a week, usually about twice a week, because it's got a food court. It's a grocery store with a food court inside, and there's 4 or 5 restaurants inside, I think. There's a couple of them we eat at a lot, and they all have something we like. So we're just gonna make a couple of videos. I'm sure we'll do more than one from this store, because you know, we can't go there and get everything we want in one video. So we'll go there tonight and show you around. Again, we made it inside. I just want to show you around the place. There's several Chinese restaurants here. This place in the back is fairly traditional. They have a lot of good food here, and they even do dim sum on the weekends. And if you're going to come here on the weekend, get here before noon, because it gets really busy afternoon. There'll be a line at during the week. We like to come here during the week sometimes because it's not very busy, pretty slow. Actually, my daughter's favorite place to eat is closed right now, so we won't be able to show you what she usually gets. But it's pretty good for little kids. It's you know, just some egg and some rice and some pork sauce on the rice. We also like to get her dumplings too. It's one of the ways you can get kids to eat vegetables. But anyway, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places in here. This place is actually just a bakery. They have bread, and they have some different kinds of bread. It's worth trying if you ever want to experiment. They have some bread that's got like shredded pork on it and stuff like that, and they have this egg bread that my daughter likes a lot. We get that for her. And they just opened this Chai Time. This is a bubble soup place. I'm sorry, bubble tea place. I like bubble tea. It's pretty good. It's a milk tea. And they have these little bubbles in it. Let me zoom in on that, show you what I'm talking about. You can see it in the picture. Oh, the picture changed. There it is. See the bubbles. Those are just tapioca balls. And they give you this big straw, and you suck up the tea, and you get the tapioca ball inside the tea. It's pretty tasty. I like milk tea. It tastes good. I try not to drink it at night because it keeps me up all night, but it's good stuff. And they also have coffee here too, I believe. There's a lot of different flavors of milk tea. I usually just get the mocha, but they have like banana and green tea and stuff like that. This is another place that we eat at quite a bit. This is spicy food, Sichuan style food, and we just ordered our food from there. You'll see that in a minute. And then of course my daughter's favorite place is down there. They're pretty traditional. And next to that, there's a place that we don't go to too much, but they do have some good stuff. They have xiaolong. It's pork dumplings, steamed pork dumplings that are pretty tasty. They usually have like pork and vegetable inside the dumpling. Anyway, we'll be getting our food here in a minute. Okay, you can see we got our food now. This is what my wife likes. It's very spicy soup. It's got like tofu and I think some fish and bamboo and bok choy in there. Pretty good. I like it too. It's very spicy, so you have to have a spicy taste. And that's what this restaurant, Humble House. They make a lot of Sichuan style spicy food. I got the cumin beef, which is really good. I like the cumin taste. And this is a tofu, beef, and vegetable and bamboo all mixed together. And they throw a little pepper in there, but it's really kind of just for taste. It's not like super spicy. And of course we have some chow mein for my daughter that we got with some shrimp in it. You can get this with shrimp and beef and chicken in it too, I think. Just to give you an idea of what they have here, it's very good stuff. And you know, it seems like kind of a fast food area, and it is pretty fast, but the quality of the food is, you know, we spend maybe like $30 on this meal, and you know, it's just a little more than you'd spend at McDonald's, but the quality of the food you're getting is so much better. So we're going to enjoy. A little more of a close-up view here. Got some pieces of tofu, and they put the shredded pork in here, and I think this is a kind of celery. There should be some bamboo in here somewhere. Let's see it. Did you eat all the bamboo already? There it is. Some pieces of bamboo in here as well. And the cumin beef, this is one of my favorite things. I like cumin lamb too, but you know, depending on the restaurant you go to, the lamb quality might not be as good. So here I'm not too sure, I just get the beef. And my daughter likes the noodles. Let's see what we got in here. Is that a bamboo? Is it a fish cake? Mushroom. Oh. Mushroom. One of the things about Chinese food that I like is lots of mushrooms. This is tofu here. And we've got some cabbage. There's noodles in there too. This is very spicy. You have to like very spicy food. There's another mushroom. My wife already ate most of the good stuff.
Is that too hot?